Okay, I'm going to call the meeting, the City of Plymouth City Council regular meeting for August 22nd, 2024, to order at 6, it looks like 34 up there. The meeting's in-person participation by the public is permitted as an alternative to in-person public comments. Members of the public not attending in person may submit written comments prior to the meeting by emailing your comments to the Deputy City Clerk. The email is listed before 3:30 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Emailed public comments will be distributed to the City Council and made part of the official record. Can we have a roll call?
Councilmember Amoruso.
Present.
Councilmember Sim.
Here.
Councilmember White.
Present.
Vice Mayor McLaughlin. Absent. Mayor Ackerland. Absent. Thank you. We have a quorum.
If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have an approval of the City Council regular meeting agenda of August 22nd, 2024?
I make a motion to
I'll second.
Okay. Oh. You jumped the gun there. To accept as presented.
Councilmember Amoruso.
Aye.
Councilmember Sim.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Okay, public comment. Under provisions of government code, citizens wishing to address the council for any matter not on the agenda may do so at this time. Please submit and complete a speaker submittal form to the Deputy City Clerk. Comments are limited to 3 minutes or less. Speakers are requested to state their name, community of residence. For public comments on agendized items, speakers will be called by the mayor at the point, or by the whatever I am tonight, council member. At the point in the agenda when the items will be heard. The City Council is prohibited from materially discussing or acting on any items not on the agenda unless it can be demonstrated to be emergency nature or urgent need to take immediate action arose after the posting of the agenda. I have 2 written forms here. We're going to call John up first. Age before beauty. I mean, oh come on, John. There isn't.
Yep. It says push button. I didn't read the directions. It's always a thrill to be here. And
Can you state your name and residence?
my name is John Copeland. I live in Chicken Flats. I'm born and raised on Main Street, Plymouth. What I'm here to ask about is the biggest asset this city has, of course, is the Roy Ditch water right. And there's action going on, but we don't know what the action is. There's several of us worried about that we might not be making our commitments under the grant that we have for repairing the Roy Ditch and how that's moving forward. And also about the marketing of the water down the stream. So I would like to ask you to put on the future agenda the report and update on the Roy Ditch. Oh, right, but it's something I missed. It's anyway, I'd like to bring it back again so that we can take a look and see what's happening. Offer our assistance in trying to do something with actually marketing the water. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Jamie, no, you get to come on up.
And you can hit the button.
Good Good evening. Jamie LaBanco, resident of Fiddletown, Rotary Club of Plymouth Foothills, current president. I took some heat today from Councilmember Sim because we don't show up at meetings often enough. So I'm here, although I was actually planning on already being here, but now I apparently have to come every couple weeks and harass you. In truth, the Fair Board meetings often conflict with City Council meetings, but we do not have an August Fair Board meeting. We all get a break in August. So I apologize for not being here as often, maybe as I need to be with all the opinions that I have. The Harvest Festival is actually the reason I came before you today. It is scheduled for October 19th. I had a great meeting today with your city manager about some of the specifics of the Harvest Festival. We are hoping to grow that event into something that is even more prominent and that really creates some civic pride for us. And the Grape Stomp is something that we're really leaning into. And of course, we have the chili cook-off. So I wanted to make sure you all knew that you had plenty of time to start working on your chili recipes, to come and enter the chili cook-off. Both Mayor McLaughlin and Mayor Ackerland and Vice Mayor McLaughlin have competed in the chili cook-off in the past. Our reigning chili cook-off champion is Rob Withrow, Chief Withrow with the Amador Fire Protection District. And so I'm really just here to encourage you to participate in the chili cook-off. It's a good time, and make sure that you have that event on your schedule. I am currently in charge of selling wine and beer tickets at the farmers market across the street and have left Ken Deaver in charge of that task. So I should probably go.
Okay.
But anyways, thank you guys for everything, and we hope to see you guys at the Harvest Fest.
Thank you, Jamie. Is there anyone else here in City Hall that would like to speak that has public comment? Okay, I'm now officially closing public comment. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. There was no correspondence, emails. Okay, thank you. For presentations and proclamations, there are none. 5, the consent calendar, and that's correspondence. The approval of the regular meeting of June 2024, the approval of the regular meeting minutes for August 8th, 2024, and then 5.4, authorize the sheriff's contract ad hoc committee to directly negotiate a law enforcement agreement service contract with the Amador County Service Officers. Is there anyone here that would like to has public comment on anything that is on the consent calendar? Okay, I'm going to close that. What's the wishes of the council?
Make a motion to accept the consent calendar as presented.
I'll second it. We have a first and a second.
Councilmember Amoruso?
Aye.
Councilmember Sim?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Public hearings, there are none. Okay, regular agenda items. Consider recommending changes from the community input received and consider making a final decision on the improvements to McGee Sharkey Park. Do we have a staff report?
So this item has been before the council multiple times, and at the last meeting, we had a community meeting on the Saturday following the last council meeting for input. We had a very good turnout, a lot of good public comment, back and forth conversation. And then we took it to last week's farmers market. We had 22 people stop by the table, had some good feedback as well. A lot of the same input as the Saturday input. So that, confirmed that. I got in touch with the landscape architect on Friday following the farmers market and asked for a concept C putting the input together together from the two meetings. And that input would be to remove the two trees up against right underneath the gazebo. If you'll look at concept B, for the audience, there's copies of the map in the back on the table if you want to follow what I'm saying. To remove the tree in the corner of the playground by the pop-up plaza. To remove the seat bench that was accidentally left on concept B from concept A. We moved the switchback up because we have to leave that retaining wall in place, because due to the playground inspection, that wall was grandfathered in with the swing set for safety, because there's not really, at current standards, the swing set doesn't have the current distance needed for safety, but the wall is grandfathered in. So if we remove the wall, we would have to go even further back. So we moved the switchback further up, which it shows on concept B, with the path going all the way out to the parking. There is a fence along the outside edge up against the parking lot behind 93 Main Street. There is a fence that was already drawn in there. We just didn't notice it at the community meetings. And then redoing the fence across the back edge of Landrum Street and coming down and doing that and all the concrete work. I did get an estimate from our engineers when there was an email exchange with the landscape architect, myself, and the city engineer on Monday to get cost estimates for the hardscape from the engineers, landscape from the landscape architect for the whole project cost. I did get the estimate from the city engineer, and the cost came in at $188.40. But the city is not recommending the curb right behind the flowers that go from Pop-Up Plaza to the parking lot due to a trip hazard. That our risk management firm has said that would be a risk because of trip hazard, because people will, even though you put that there, people are going to go through those plants from the parking lot to get to Pop-Up Plaza. Even though you don't want people to walk through there, people are going to walk through there. So that would cause a trip hazard. So removing the cost, that $35.50, it would bring the hardscape cost to $177,290. I did not hear from the landscape architect, so at 1 o'clock I reached out to him today, and he informed me that he didn't have time to get to it this week. So we don't have the landscape architect's cost estimate, nor did we get the updated drawing. And so that's why I'm pointing out all the changes, because I didn't get an updated drawing. So the updated drawing would be the drawing that staff would be recommending, but without that and without his update, I can't recommend a full project. But what I can tell you is staff would be recommending the hardscape be approved and supplemented, the full cost of that work be supplemented with TOT funds, and then the landscaping be done with TOT funds. because I think it's important to do the full project. And TOT is a good supplement for that project. Currently in TOT, there is an available balance as of today when I ran the fund. There's a total of $330,397.19 in that fund. So even if the landscape came back at 50,000, which I think is a high estimate for the landscaping that we have coming in, I think that the TOT fund is still in a stable position. But I would recommend that we take public comment on this item and council discuss the item for additional feedback, but that we bring the item back when we could potentially have a full council for discussion, especially since Mayor Ackland is on the subcommittee. And hopefully we would have a concept C so we could have the picture of what staff is actually recommending. And if there's anything else that council would like to see changed, we could add that to the final drawing to bring back. So with that, I could answer council questions.
Okay, well then, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the recommendation of a citizen at last week's meeting and, have the council, I see Councilmember Sims has questions and Councilmember Amoruso, and, ask questions and then we'll go to public comment. Go ahead, Doug.
Thank you. The 177 does not include the, any of the landscaping, just the hardscape, period. Got it. Didn't find it. It's exactly the number that the grant is for. You lost me on the fence. Was that the fence on the backside of the switchback? Is that what you're afraid that people are going to go through this area here over to the parking lot?
No, I was referring to the fence on this side of the park,
Over here?
over here up against where there currently is a chain link fence, I believe.
It's chain link, right?
Yeah, we're gonna replace that with a wood fence.
The same as the part over here.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then, so all of the fencing around the park will be the same.
I see. And we were talking about moving a couple of these trees away from the building over to somewhere. Obviously, to move a tree from here to the middle of the park is not a big change in dollars, but was there some discussion about that? Not have him right next to the building?
We
The
had,
newer building.
we had talked about moving those trees to the middle.
Yes,
It wasn't recommended by staff to do that due to the nature of the natural spring.
okay. So the plan right now is, as far as we,
Right.
to leave right where they show up on this drawing.
No, to remove those.
Remove these two?
Yes. And one of the biggest complaints that we got was from the farmer's market, that would wipe out 6 vendor spots and that would be very harmful to the farmer's market.
So no additional trees in here.
Right. But what staff is looking at instead of that, which we would find money from out of the parks fund, is going back to shade sales.
Yep.
The fairgrounds has a shade sale at Piaget stage, but it has bigger posts.
Heavier poles.
Yeah, and so I'm looking into that and have heavier poles that the kids can't damage,
Maybe a little higher up too.
and a little higher up.
Yeah. Makes sense. Thank you.
Councilmember Amoruso, do you have anything?
Nope.
And I am good at this moment right now. So I'm going to open up public comment. Is there anyone here in the public that would like to speak on this agenda item? Okay, that made that quick. No emails? Okay, we're gonna close public comment. Back to Councilmember Sims. Do you have any more input? I'm gonna make the recommendation that we table this to the next meeting, and hopefully Mayor Ackerland and Vice Mayor McLaughlin can be here. Go ahead. I know we gotta move forward.
Time is slipping away.
I understand that.
I mean, really,
You have half of your ad hoc committee missing though.
yeah, but I talked to is that against the rules? We spoke today, and
You and Mary Ann, okay.
I think we're good. And 2 weeks is, the timing is getting really thin.
But
That was my complaint the last meeting.
Okay.
And if, I'm happy with staff
Aye.
making some adjustments.
Okay, and I'm totally happy with that decision if you guys. feel
And I'm good
comfortable
with it because I'm good with it using the TOT
But
tax money.
But the thing is we just don't have that bid on the landscaping. If we,
Yeah, we can get that later.
yeah, we can get that later. So, okay, that's just it. I want to make sure everything's out there and open.
And we can supplement it with the TOT tax money.
Oh.
So, like I said originally.
So which, does someone,
I said we just go.
I'm good too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, I make a motion to consider the changes from community input and consider making a final decision on the improvements of McGee Park.
I second it.
Councilmember Amoruso.
hold up for a minute. I think we had some legal counsel that wanted to speak real quick.
I was wondering if you could please clarify the decision you're making, and I understand that there'll be a subsequent decision to
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Is that good then?
That will be coming. So amend my motion. We will be getting the landscape coming to us at a later date when we have those numbers.
Can you include that it is with staff changes?
Yes, with staff changes. Thank you. Yes,
And it, with the TOT?
with the use of TOT tax money to pay for it.
And no.
Can I restate your motion? The motion is to approve the park final design with staff as presented, but with staff changes using TOT funds to supplement the funding. And the landscape will be brought back as to a future meeting for approval.
Once we have it. Yeah, once you get it.
I'll second that.
Councilmember Amoruso.
Aye.
Councilmember Sim.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
I can't wait till Facebook tomorrow.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Okay, that's all the regular agenda items. Moving on to council staff communications and reports, city manager's report.
I met with Jamie today. She stole my thunder. They are requesting that the Harvest Festival have a closure of Main Street from Taste down to Rest. Just the one block. I think it's a good idea, so the map that they provided is a good map. Greeley came in with a draft proposal for their development. If you want to take a peek at that, I have a copy. They are ready to go 110 miles an hour. That concludes my report.
Okay, Councilmember Amoruso, do you have any reports?
I don't necessarily have any reports. I was approached by someone in Rotary, at a Rotary dinner the other night, that I attended, to consider or talk about maybe during farmers markets, doing a similar thing where we can close the street down so people can kind of can move around without having to worry about dodging cars for that couple hours. So if that's something, I don't know. I think she said she might have talked to you already, but she didn't. Okay, because then she came to me. I was like, well, talk to Margaret. She's the one who can handle that. So that's not a council issue necessarily. So that's a staff issue. So the gal with red hair, I can't remember her name.
Jessica,
Jessica, yes. So talk to Jessica. She was interested.
I'll reach out to
Yeah,
Jessica.
reach out. Yeah. So that's all I got.
Councilmember Sims reports.
Yes, I will be coming to city manager as well as Jamie did and talk about the Plymouth Christmas market, which I pretty much have decided that December 7th on Saturday would be a good day to have it. And there's only a couple Saturdays before Christmas, and so I'll be bringing that to council as well. I don't know that we're actually asking for any money, to tell you the truth, but we're going to have at least 20 vendors. Farmers, the Rotary will be handling the beer and wine as usual. I think by now, Margaret, you've probably seen the invoice from the music, the Alberts and duo that we had a couple of years ago. They've agreed to come. Well, there will be some funds spent on that on the music, and then I'll meet with you in a few weeks about that. That's okay. And the only other thing that we're all kind of waiting to hear who the successful bidder is going to be for the walking trail along Highway 49. That's I think we mentioned that 2 weeks ago. Margaret did that's gone out to bid. Caltrans has put it to bid, and the bids are due, I believe, the first week of September. So we should know perhaps by the next council meeting who is the successful bidder for the biking, walking trail from Zimdale Parkway along 49 to the roundabout, roughly 1 mile. Thank you.
Mine isn't a report either, and it's more kind of in the vein of where Peter was going. No, it's not for Sounds of September. And it's a hard thing, and I don't know if maybe we could put some signage or whatever, but when you're coming across to Mill Street to Landrum, and when I'm coming home from work, it is a nightmare to try to get across tonight or whatever. I can't see around the cars. It's just a safety thing. So I don't know if we maybe can put a sign to say, hey, park behind this sign or whatever, just to kind of back traffic up a little bit, because they're right there on Mill Street. And no, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's, but I've been approached by people about that on Mill Street, and I noticed it tonight when I was coming home from work going, oh, this ain't good. So, reports, yeah, Sounds of September. Get ready. We're excited about it. Okay, future agenda items. Councilmember Amoroso.
Oxford. What does that say?
And Councilmember Sims.
I would like to agendize a review of the city's master plan. As I understand it, hasn't been reviewed in many years. I think it's supposed to be reviewed at least every 9 years. I would like to see that on a future agenda. That's all I have.
I don't have any future agenda items. Thanks for the public bearing with me today. It's been a long time since I've been in the seat, and I wore my finest Metallica shirt for you guys. So, okay, it is 7:03, and I'm going to adjourn this meeting.